Okay, in this video I'm going to talk about how to properly place a participant on the scales for bilateral weight measurement. And then I'm going to show you the easiest and most accurate way to set the strings on the posture grid for a posture evaluation. Doing bilateral weight measurement with digital scales is a little bit tricky for the simple fact that you don't want one scale to lock prematurely before both feet are properly placed on the scales. If one locks prematurely before you get proper placement, you might actually have an inaccurate reading where more weight is inaccurately placed on one side versus the other. These scales on the SAM machine actually have motion sensors in them. And what the motion sensors do is they prevent the scales readouts from actually locking as long as they detect motion. So, which is a great advantage. So, in placing the participant, we use a specific protocol for placement to prevent one of the scales from locking until you're actually ready and want them to lock. So before I put a participant on the scale, which is Becca, she's going to help us today, I always show them how I want them to do it before I actually have them get on. So Becca, the way this works is you're going to actually back onto the machine, put the outside edge of each foot next to the white line, and then until I tell you to stop, I want you to sway or shift back and forth.
Okay.
So go ahead, back onto the machine, put your right foot next to the white line, and then shift or sway back and forth. Now I want you to relax your arms. Then I want you to stare straight ahead at that spot and stand really still. Quit swaying. So once they get their feet placed, you have them relax and have them stare. The scales will lock within about 3 to 5 seconds. Once they lock, you can actually have them look down at any weight difference. But that protocol prevents extra body weight being placed on one side versus the other. And if you consistently do them that way, your results will be a lot more objective. And if you have an individual who still can't stand still, just tell them, okay, I'm going to lightly touch your shoulder to remind you to stand really still and just stare straight ahead. And the scales should lock within about 3 to 5 seconds. Okay, you can look down and see that you actually are carrying about 8 pounds more pressure on the right side of your body versus the left side. Mm-hmm. So go ahead and look straight ahead, and I'm going to look at your posture and see if we can find out why that's happening. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to set the strings for a posture evaluation. As I mentioned in a previous video, the green will represent level or normal, and they're placed in the track closest to the patient. The red is going to display any distortion they may have, and they're placed in the track closest to you, the screener. The long vertical lines represent body lean left or right of center, so the green one is straight up and down vertical. I simply look through that green vertical line, place the red one at our occipital midline. You can see how her whole body shifts a little bit to the right. When you do the low back, shoulders, and head, what you want to do is move them in a pair up to the approximate level. And then set the green one at level using the measurement tapes. So her lower back comes to approximately 41 and a half or 40 and a half. So I set it at 40 and a half on both sides, and then looking through that level green line, I can see that her pelvis or her hips actually tilts down this way. And it's easy to see because I'm looking through that level green line. So the same with the shoulders. I move them up as a pair, the approximate level at between 57 and 58. So I set the green one at level, look through that level green line, and I can see that her shoulders lean a little bit to the right as well. With her head.
To evaluate her head, I would use the same method. In review, move a green and red crosswire together to the area being evaluated. Set the green crosswire at level using the measurement tapes along the frame. Looking through the now level green crosswire, you can evaluate the hips, shoulders, and head for any deviation from level.